What's up, guys? I am back to bring you a mini recap on Remy and Papoose, a merry Mackie holiday. I didn't think it was necessary to do a recap on their mini reality show, but I feel like we get so caught up in recapping all of the drama and messiness since this was a very wholesome, fun, and beautiful family moment for Remy and Papoose. I felt like I should sprinkle some holiday cheer amongst our church, my God. And I first have to start out with saying that Remy, Martha, as she calls herself on this series, looked stunning. She looked so beautiful. I love the red dress that she wore at the end. And I have a love and hate relationship with Remy's ugly holiday sweater that she wore in the confessionals when she was sitting next to Papoose. All of the shimmery kind of looking like it was a tulle for the Christmas tree threw me off, but I took it as she was just playing up on the ugly holiday sweater theme, and it actually had beautiful colors. So way to go to the glam squad for Remy on this show. They killed it. Now, we got to see that Remy and Papoose and the family are planning to move back to Raleigh, North Carolina, or the outskirts, as Papoose has clarified. And we saw their new 6,000 square foot home, which I personally feel like, for her being a rapper and both of them having lived in New York, it was very conservative and humble, my God. I thought it was gorgeous because of the fact that it was very suburbia, simplistic, but you know, you can tell somebody has a coin in the family, but I just love the way that they took the more simplistic route opposed to the gaudy route. Okay. So, the furniture not being at the house when Remy and Papoose arrived from New York, and I think it was Remy's sister, Ray. Y'all know I can't pronounce those creative names, my God. Ray somebody. She was supposed to have the furniture there. And it threw me off because when Remy walked in and then she started to get her stuff together and she then ended up having furniture delivered, to me, it doesn't look like furniture was ever planned for this home because everything seemed to me like it was from a rent-a-center. Now, I live in New Jersey, in the Northeast. We have something called rent-a-center, which is a very low budget way to go if you don't really have a coin to get some furniture. But we all know that Remy does have some coin, so I'm not sure why she had such a low budget furniture in a very classic regal home, but it is what it is. And I just wanted to acknowledge that for you guys, that I know y'all caught the fact that Remy had some low budget rent-a-center furniture, my God. Also, I was gagging to hear, this is one of the things that I hate about traveling. I was gagging to hear that they waited 10 hours to get on their flight to Raleigh, especially when their flight should have only taken 51 minutes. That is like my biggest fear with traveling. Well, child, my biggest fear would be the plane going down, but my biggest annoyance is waiting all of that time, and it's like, damn. As Papoose said, they really could have driven. They could have, and probably have gotten there sooner than the plane. I already addressed that Remy looked beautiful, so I have to address Papoose. Now, Papoose is a handsome guy. I've told you guys that before when I did my Love and Hip Hop recaps, but he just never really gets it right. I feel like his look, like his hat and his shirt, his button down was right, but I want him to like figure out something with his beard. Like, Papoose, remove the beard because that struggle taco meat beard is just not doing it for me. And I feel like he could look so much more attractive if he got rid of that, the taco meat on his face, my God. Get rid of it. Now, I did not know that Papoose had 3 kids. I thought that Papoose had 1 child, and then Remy had 1. I thought they had 1 and 1, but we got to meet Papoose's children. He has 3, and Remy has 1. And it was interesting because Remy's son Jace missed his flight while all of Papoose's children were on board and were on time and made their flights. And it was funny because Remy made it a point to tell Papoose to keep the kids out of her hair because I believe she had 72 hours to get ready for her holiday party. But then again, maybe it was 48 hours. Child, I don't know what the time was. They didn't really clarify for me, but I do know that Remy was like on a crunch to get this house in order and get her decor right for her party, for hosting this for her family, because I believe she said she has been waiting 7 years and 6 Christmases, however she worded it, by God. She has been waiting a long time because she has been in prison, missing all of the holiday and family time that she would have normally spent with her family. So this was very significant and special to her heart, so she wanted the kids out of her hair. Now, it was so awesome that Papoose incorporated Kwanzaa in this episode and in their new holiday traditions, because we don't hear much about Kwanzaa, and not enough, especially since it's an African derived tradition. And so it was beautiful that Papoose took the kids to learn about Kwanzaa. And what actually impressed me the most was for these to be very urban New York children, they were so receptive and open to the idea of learning. They were participating, they were asking questions. Like, that impressed me the most, because I love when parents can be urban and fun and hip hop, but they have instilled enough in their kids to be able to appreciate being better and learning and knowing better. Now, I do have a question, and I hope you guys can answer this question without getting upset at me, but I am wondering if one of Papoose's children are part of the LGBTQ community, my God. I'm not gonna say which one. You guys watched the show just as I did, my God, so yeah, let me know. Now, I could be 100% wrong. I could be reading into it wrong, but my spirit is telling me something, my God. And not that it's a big deal or an issue or something that should be made big, but it was just a question. Okay, now my second question is, why were there all white people as carolers? Now, I'm all for making this show diverse, because it is a black show on VH1, but I would have loved to have seen a more diverse group of carolers and not just all white people. Now, if you watch this show, you know that Remy and her mother-in-law pretty much were going back and forth in reference to Papoose's favorite macaroni and cheese that he grew up on, and Remy not really wanting to learn the mother's recipe. So I thought it was so beautiful that Remy did let her walls down, and she took her mother's advice with suggesting that she should allow Papoose's mother to, teach her how to do the macaroni and cheese and allow her to do it just so that she can feel included, because she is removing her son from her and pulling him away from New York. So at the least, it was great that Remy, allowed Papoose's mother to make the macaroni and cheese and teach her. I thought that was a beautiful moment, and it was great to see the blending of a family and a family working it out from that perspective. Oh my gosh, I wanted to cry and scream, because it was so interesting, because I heard Remy throw out there a few times in this episode, like, I'm not staying at my mom's house because it's too small. And I'm thinking, girl, I love you, but you're not that fab to feel like you need to down your mama's home, my God, and not stay there because of the size. Like, where's the humbleness? But when she handed the mom the paper, I immediately knew that it was paperwork for a new home, and the mom screaming almost cried and was happy when Remy said that she gave her a home because she deserved a larger home. And that was such a beautiful moment. So I kind of forgave Remy a little bit for downing her mom's home, because I feel like that was a build-up for us to see her actually bless her mom with a new, larger home. We also saw that Fat Joe showed up, and another beautiful thing was, this is why I say I enjoy and love Papoose, the fact that he not only incorporated Kwanzaa with his kids, he actually brought it to the home, and Remy was in agreement with making that a part of their normal traditions. And I loved how everybody embraced the Kwanzaa dancers and drummers and performance. And as I stated, it was amazing to see that Fat Joe showed up to support Remy. He didn't stay long, but that's one thing that people don't realize, that support and showing up goes a long way. I don't care if you show up for 5 minutes, but showing up is so much more important, significant than just giving a gift. Being there, people need people present. And that is one thing that I loved about Fat Joe showing up, regardless of him being afraid to fly on little planes and him finding a way to get there. He showed up, and that is true unconditional love and support. Now, we saw that Remy gave Papoose a Miss Pac-Man arcade game, and that was so cool, and I about cried when Papoose gave his freestyle rap to Remy. That was so beautiful. Like, I felt like she wanted to cry, but you guys don't realize sometimes it is very hard to be emotional on camera because you see lights and cameramen and all of that. But I do feel like she was very appreciative, and it was such a beautiful thing, especially the words that he said to her. Like, that was just so awesome. Even when he said that at times he wished that he could have replaced himself in prison to take the time and do the time for Remy. I just wanted to cry, my God. That was just so beautiful to me. Last but not least, Remy got more gifts from Papoose. Papoose took Remy to go buy a horse. That black and white horse was so gorgeous. And I loved Remy's reaction. I had no clue that she was a country girl and knew how to ride horses. And it was just amazing to see on TV a beautiful black couple doing more than just the ratchet shit. So it was great to see that Papoose as well was on a horse, and you know, he didn't come from that, because I remember in this episode, Remy said, you know, I used to go to camp and ride horses and swim and so on and so forth. And Papoose said, well, child, during the summers, all I did was go and try to get free lunch. So it was great to see them try something new together, although it was more so new for Papoose and not for Remy. But I loved how she was just so appreciative of receiving that gift. And that's pretty much it for my recap. You guys, this was an awesome show to watch. It was this drama-free, beautiful time with the family. Oh, really quick, we got to see that Remy's store Conceited is up and running, and she has employed her sisters. So regardless of the negative things that people say about Remy in the media and the back and forth with other artists, this was just refreshing to see the family moment. And I honestly could actually see a reality show for just Papoose, Remy, and the kids and her family. I think that's what they're probably leading up to, because I believe Mona Scott was the producer of this special. But I definitely would enjoy seeing a more wholesome version of Love and Hip Hop, just focusing on them. And it reminds me of, like, they could do something like a Tiny and T.I. situation. But anyway, guys, that's about it. Please follow me on all social media outlets. Comment down below in the comment section. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.